Hi everyone, Kristi here. I wanted to talk with you all a little bit today about social media. And before I get started, I do want to say the thing that I'm going to be covering today is in your Power Hour to-do list. So if you are a new coach and you haven't checked out our team page, and the file section of our team page, there is a document called the Power Hour to-do list. And one of those things on the to-do list is posting to social media 2 to 5 times a day. Now, I say 2 to 5 times because I want to give you a range. Every coach is a little bit different. And any tips I give you are yours to tweak and make your own. You can do exactly what I say. You can change it. The one thing to know is every coach in the network does things a little bit differently. And we all have the same ideas. We're all sticking with the vital behaviors, inviting people, being proof the products work, personal development, and I always call the fourth vital behavior of adding to your network. All of the top coaches are doing those same 4 things. Now, how they go about doing them, they all do it a little bit differently. So you have to figure out what works best for you with those 4 vital behaviors. How are you going to go about being proof the product works? What program works for you? What are your goals? How are you going to go about inviting in a way that works for you? There's so many different ways to do things, but I'm just here to share with you a couple ways, and hopefully you can take away something and implement it in your business and it will work for you as it has for me. So the first thing is posting to social media 2 to 5 times a day. This is an opportunity for you to share on your Facebook wall or Instagram or whatever social media site you're on 2 to 5 times a day your story. It gives you an opportunity to connect with people. And you are connecting with people even if you don't think you are. If you go back and look in 2011 when I first started as a coach, no one liked my statuses. I maybe get 1 like. No one would comment. It didn't get any traction. But then if you look a year later in 2012, my posts get more traction, more likes, more comments. But because of the consistency, and I say this all the time, consistency is key. So if you're consistently sharing your story, so say you post one day and you're like, oh my gosh, day 1 T25, here, let's go, 25 minutes a day, I know I can do it. You guys, I want you all to hold me accountable, I'm going to be here in 10 weeks, and you post that to your Facebook wall. You don't hear anything. And maybe 2 weeks go by and you post a progress photo. 2 weeks of progress with T25, I can already see the changes. Can you guys all see them? I'm so excited, I can't wait to see what the next 2 weeks hold. And maybe from that post somebody messages you. They don't comment, they don't like. But they message you and say, what is this T25? I want some more information. And as a new coach, we get really excited because we're like, oh my gosh, this person's so going to join my challenge group. They're going to buy T25. Yep, they're interested. And they are. They're not, doesn't mean they're ready to commit. And I'm not saying that everyone will be ready to commit, but for the most part, they're watching you. Your posts every day, they're watching even if you don't know they're watching. So continue to post because you are inspiring people. And then maybe another 3 weeks go by and you post a 5-week progress photo. That person messages you again and says, okay, well, what's the cost? Yeah, no, I'm not ready yet. Maybe they message you again 10 weeks later. Maybe you invite them to a challenge group 2 months later. But they're interested. They're just not ready to commit yet. A perfect example is I saw a commercial recently for some cleaner, and I was like, oh my gosh, who would use that? Nobody needs that cleaner. And a couple months go by, and I'm like, oh, I'm a little more familiar with the commercial that I keep seeing. I'm like, yeah, I think we kind of need some of that. We should probably use that. Maybe the house cleaner would use that. A couple months go by, and I buy the cleaner. The cleaner that I thought was ridiculous the first time I saw the commercial, and a few months, 4 or 5 months later, have it in my house. And we're using it, or the cleaner's using it. So it's the same thing. You are planting seeds with people. You're sharing your story. And when it comes to inviting people, I do want to share with you, when it comes to inviting people, you want to ask questions to figure out what their struggle is. What are their wants? What are their needs? What do they need to make? What do they want to change in their life? What do they wish was different? And then that gives you a way to share your story in a way that relates to them. Or share another coach's story, or share one of your customers' stories. And that's why I'm always saying, listen to the National Wake Up Call. Watch YouTube videos. Share your successes and struggles in the team page. Share your story as a coach. Because if you're sharing your story, another coach might be like, oh my gosh, Kristi's story, it's so relatable. She fired her boss, she worked in the financial industry. Here's this other person that's worked in the financial industry and hates it and loves fitness and wants to get out of their job. I'm going to use Kristi's story because that's their struggle. And Kristi's been successful and done that, so I'm going to share Kristi's story. They still sign up with you as a coach, but you can show them through a story how you have a solution for them. And that's inviting people. That's what you're doing. You're telling your story. So with Facebook and posting 2 to 5 times a day, you are giving the opportunity to post 2 to 5 times a day and share that story or relate to someone in some way. Whether it's a post about a hobby or a post about your kids, you're able to relate to somebody else that's following you. Now, the other thing that I want to share with social media and posting 2 to 5 times a day to your social media site is that everyone uses different social media sites. For me, it's Facebook and Instagram. Now, I don't want to be stuck on Facebook all day long, every day. Kristi, what do you do? How do you post? Well, for those of you that are new coaches, there are times that your Facebook followers are on social media. So everyone's a little bit different. If you're a mom, it's usually in the evenings, like 8:30 to 9:30 or 10 when the kids are in bed. Then the moms get on social media. So you want a post going through during that time. But maybe that time isn't good for you. Maybe for you during that time, you're busy prepping everything, meals for the next day, or busy doing your workout. Who knows? But you're not on the computer. That's okay. There's something called Hootsuite.com, and there are other options out there as well. Hootsuite's just the one that I use, but there are other free ones that you can use as well. You can have up to 5 groups posting for Hootsuite. So, for example, when I went on vacation, just got back from the 4th of July weekend in Tahoe, and I obviously was with a group of friends. I wasn't going to be on social media every day, so I sat down and scheduled out every day my posts, my 2 to 5 posts a day on social media, on my Facebook, on all of my groups, my Flat Belly Challenge group, my my coach accountability group, my 21 Day Fix, the T25 group. All of those had posts going every day so that I was still there. So as a new coach, these posts are super important and you want to be consistent with them, but you also want to add value and be able to relate to others. And when you're sharing your story, it's your reality show. So if you're still there 6 months down the road and they've been watching your story for 6 months without commenting or liking, they're thinking, oh, that's cool, Kristi, good for you. Oh, her progress photos. That's a little, I'm jealous. I want progress photos like that, but I can't do it. Oh, but Kristi posted that I can do it. Yeah, but she doesn't know everything that's going on in my life. And I post and say everything that's going on in my life, and they're like, whoa, my schedule seems like nothing. If she can do it, maybe I can do it. Now I'll message her next month. They still haven't liked or commented on anything. I get those all the time. People that message me 6 months later, a year later, and say, I've been following your story on Facebook for a year. I've tried every quick fix since, and none of them worked, and I spent the money, so I thought, what do I have to lose? She actually is showing me results, and I keep putting it off. I don't care how much it costs. I'm ready to get started. And I do get those messages, but it's because I post to Facebook consistently and share my story. So that's my social media tip. I also want to share a little bit more about social media and expanding your network. So now we're going to change gears a little bit here, and we're going to go to social media and expanding your network. As a new coach, and maybe you're an experienced coach and haven't done this, so this is a good tip for you too, pull out your old yearbooks, dust them off, and look through them. I started with my freshman yearbook, sophomore, junior, senior, actually I just did freshman and senior year, and went through and found everyone in the yearbook. I went to a small school and would search for them on Facebook and add them as a friend. And some of them I'd send a message, hey, how's it going? Long time no talk. Like, how's your mom? How's your dad? I see you're married. You have kids now. Congratulations. Gosh, it's been such a long time. How are you? And just open up, connect with them, and add them to my network. So that's one tip for you. Now maybe you're an experienced coach and you've already done all that. You're like, I've connected and added everyone to my list, every friend, family member that I can possibly think of. How do I grow my network? Social media and online makes it really easy because there are millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people out there to connect with. Just have to get a little bit creative. So think about what your hobbies are. For me, I'm a triathlete. I'm a runner. I'm a cyclist. I'm a bodybuilder. I lift weights. I do bikini competitions. So I can join these groups. It just so happens that most of my hobbies revolve around fitness and being active. But I have a coach on the team, and Allie, she's a cake decorator. And she's like, Kristi, what groups do I join? I'm like, Allie, you're a cake decorator. Join cake decorating groups. So she was able to go into Facebook, into the search bar, and search cake decorating. Or I'm not sure exactly what she searched, but she found groups and she joined them. And then she started connecting with people in the groups and adding them as friends on her Facebook page. One of the ladies messaged her and says, hey, do I know you? She said, yeah, we're in the cake decorating group together. I'm just so excited to connect with like-minded people who, have similar interests, and I look forward to seeing the creativity. And she goes, I know it's kind of weird, but I also am involved in fitness and have a fitness business. It's an oxymoron, I know. And the lady said, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need. I need help. She was so scared to join these groups and build networks with these people. So there's an idea for you. Create a list of your hobbies. Maybe you're, this isn't a hobby, but you're a mom. There are mom groups out there. Maybe you have a health issue, something that you're dealing with, and there are groups out there for support for that. You can join that, not only to get support with what you're going through currently, but also to be able to connect and build your network. Maybe you are a cross-country skier, and if there isn't a group, create one and start connecting with people who do that. Connect with people who have hobbies that are interesting to you. Now, this is just one way. There are so many different ways to grow your network. Another thing that I do is if I go to a barbecue and there are a bunch of people there that I don't know, friends of my friends, I will say, oh my gosh, hey, how are you? What's your name? Nice to meet you. What do you do for work? Do you go to school? Oh, what are your hobbies? Oh, and I talk with them. I barely talk too much about me. If they ask what I do, I tell them, and I say it in an intriguing way, but I don't give them too much information. Like, oh, I'm a fitness coach. I work from home. I love it. I get to help people, reach their goals, and it's a lot of, goal setting and pushing through fears and struggles, and it's challenging but rewarding all in the same thing. I love it. And they're like, oh, that's cool. And then I come home and I add them on Facebook. Or I say, oh, what's your Facebook? Let me add you. Because then, as I'm posting 2 to 5 times a day to my Facebook, they get to follow my story. And I'm telling you now, those people that follow my story, another example, Ariana works at a coffee shop. And I go to that coffee shop every morning. Yes, it's a waste of money, black horse, and I buy my coffee. So I always come in my workout clothes every morning, and they're like, I heard from one of the girls at the gym you're doing a bikini competition. Oh yeah, I am. So I started sharing stories. I'm like, I also do Insanity, T25. She's like, oh my gosh, my parents do T25. I'm like, are you kidding? She's like, no, I love it. I love videos at home. I love working out at home. I'm not working out at the gym anymore. Then next thing I know, she gets a new job. She's still working at the coffee shop, and she's working also at a restaurant. And I was like, I've had friends that worked at that restaurant before, and they didn't really like it too much, but I hope it's different, and I hope you really love it. And I kept asking her about it, and a few weeks later, she had left the job, and I said, well, I don't know if you'd be interested, but I'm always looking for people to join my team who are into fitness and love helping others. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh my gosh, yeah. And she gave me her email, and I sent her more information, and I met with her at the coffee shop, and she's now a coach on our team. And I am so excited to work with her. And I've been going to that coffee shop every day for years. I'm not sure exactly how long she's been working there, but I've been building that relationship every morning. Hi, how are you? How's it going? how are your workouts? I haven't seen you at the gym, things like that. So that's another way to build your network. Whenever I go to a barbecue, I talk with these people, I ask more questions about them, get to know them, and add them to Facebook so that they can see my 2 to 5 posts a day. So I'm always building my network. I've now given you quite a few ideas how to build yours. Another thing is Instagram. I offer free groups. I'll post a picture, like if you go to my Instagram right now, there's a 3-day refresh post about a 3-day refresh group. And then when people comment, their emails, and I'm sending them emails and adding them to my Facebook. That's one of the first things that I suggest that they do is friend me on Facebook so that I can build that network and they are seeing my 2 to 5 posts a day. So now, the things that I've gone through with you, social media, you're going to hear crickets, you're going to hear no's, keep going, trust the process. It's just like with fitness when we tell people, you're not going to lose all the weight in the first week, you're not going to lose it all in the first month. It's about the consistency. The same with the business, it's about consistency. So go for no's. 1 in 10 people, some coaches say 1 in 10 people say yes. I really don't know what the number is. I go for 100 no's a week. If I can find 100 no's a week, I know that I'm going to find those people that are ready to say yes. And as a coach, that is our job. Our job is to invite. We are not to make someone say yes. That is not our job. It's not our job to make them say yes. It's not our job to make them say no. It's not our job to make them say maybe. Our job is to invite them and share a solution. And you have to have confidence in knowing that this does work as a solution. If you need to use my story, use my story, because I'm confident it works. And as you build confidence and belief in yourself and in our programs and the opportunity, what we have to offer, then you're able to share that as a solution for other people's struggles. And then it's their choice whether they say yes or no. You have no control over that. But if you're going for no, you're going to find those yeses. And those people that say yes, that have been waiting for an opportunity like this, they are going to be so thankful and so grateful to you that you continue to post on Facebook, that you continue to share your story and invite, that you continue to do personal development and work on you and be proof that the products work. Because if you didn't ask them, maybe nobody would have. And they are waiting to say yes. And yes, you will hear no's. I hear no's. Still, I hear a lot of no's. And it doesn't make you a failure. In fact, I am super proud of you if you are going for 20 no's a week, 100 no's a week, whatever that number may be. I am proud of you. That's what you should be doing. But go for no, invite, use social media, post 2 to 5 times a day, and be adding to your network always. And now these things are all on the Power Hour to-do list, but I wanted to cover them and give you guys some ideas of how to expand your network. When you finish this video, do me a favor and post below how you are going to expand your network this week. And I usually have a number each week. I try to add 10 people every day to my network, so that's 70 people a week, and that's just the number that I go for. Sometimes I go for 100, sometimes I go for 500, sometimes I get crazy and push myself a little bit more. So get out of your comfort zone. How many people can you add to your network through social media? Are you posting 2 to 5 times a day? If not, make some improvements there. And go for no. Go for no. Have a great week. Rock out the cup. I can't wait to see everything that you achieve through consistency, through posting to social media consistently and expanding your network. Hope you all have a great week.